Good morning, if you're here live, and good whatever time of day it is if you're watching this as a video. Welcome to the Medium channel where we bring you the spirituality behind the message. And for the live people, I apologize being a minute or two late, a few little technical issues to start the day this morning. And I think not too coincidentally, Venus just went into her retrograde motion. So basically, um, so am I on? Yeah, I think I'm on. Okay, so anyways, hi everybody, and thanks for joining us. So interestingly, Venus just went retrograde um this morning. I think it was like 5 or 6 a.m. So starting her 41-day retrograde. So for all intents and purposes, Venus is retrograde the next 40 days. And making it a really, really amazing time to start a 40-day meditation process or a 40-day Kriya if you do yoga. Because in some of the traditions, a lot of the exercises are meant to be done for 40 straight days, because according to yogic science and philosophies, it takes 40 days to shift the habits, to change to change our personal habits. So if you do something for 40 days, it becomes like a permanent program, so to speak. All right, so remember to like this. Yes, thanks, everybody. If you could give this a thumbs up, it may reach more people. So last night we did a really powerful Archangel meditation. A lot of you were on for that. If not, it was a full moon Archangel transmission to help raise our frequencies to match the frequencies that are continuing to accelerate through our bodies and through our energetic system. So we do these to help us to acclimate to the changing energetic environment, as well as to enhance our own frequency. So even though the moon has slipped from Gemini to Cancer, we're still very much in that full moon energy. So I left the link here. And also, the reason I left my email above is because Venus went retrograde today. Sharita Starr, our great astrologer, numerologist, and I'm seeing snow falling out my window right now. I guess it's almost winter, right? So Sharita Starr, Heather Istara, and myself did a 2-hour e-learning course that's available for purchase for only $33, and that'll help you navigate this Venus retrograde. Now, Pluto's conjuncting the retrograde, and it comes back into an exact conjunction on Christmas Day. So, Pluto likes to be more in the shadows, because Pluto is it's way out there in the solar system. It's almost like a giant asteroid in a way, or a mini planet. And when the planets go retrograde, it's more about reviewing and stepping back for whatever the planet represents. So in the case of Venus, there is social activity, romance, money, and stuff like that. So the long and the short of it is with Venus freshly going retrograde, so it's stationing for a few days, conjuncting Pluto. We're not likely to be in our most social moods come the Christmas festivities. Our instincts may be that we want to be more alone, or not so much around a lot of people. And then with that Pluto conjunction, we really need to pack our patience on this trip, especially with new COVID variants out there, and new restrictions that are probably going to start to get implemented by the day. So we need a lot of patience, maybe a little bit of extra time to get to where we want to go and stuff like that. Now, if you want more detail on the Venus retrograde, Armand Diaz at Integral Astrology did a whole video on that, and then he does a weekly astrological forecast. And of course, our very own Sharita Starr has really, really amazing information on all this stuff. I don't think she's on the live stream this morning, but she's around. So anyways, let's get down to it. First thing that we do, well, we do a couple of things, but this is our weekly tarot forecast to give us a heads up, the upcoming trends within collective consciousness, within whatever affects our community here. And I like to sometimes start out with a little tarot tutorial. And what I do with tarot time is I do a 3-card spread. And you guys can learn that and do that also. And one of the, if you want to learn more about tarot, if you want to learn how to read and do readings, you can try this every day, every morning. Just pull 3 cards from your tarot deck, and write them down in your journal or whatever 3 cards you get. And then in the evening, when you're getting ready for bed, like, review your day and look at the cards you pulled, and just kind of get a sense of what those 3 cards were trying to tell you about your day. So, with tarot, there's spiritual forces that work with the cards, and it's about divination. It's trying to more guide us and teach us than predict our fortunes and anything, really. So, if you do that, then you start to learn how you relate to the cards over time. So anyway, I just figured I'd put that out there and mention that to you guys. So let us pull a meditation card for this week. By the way, next Sunday we're not going to do tarot time, so we're taking a week off for the holidays, and then we'll be back the first Sunday, which is, I believe, January the 2nd. And also another, by the way, is that on January the 30th, Thursday evening, I'm going to unveil my 2022 predictions. So that's going to be a live here on the Medium channel. And of course, there'll be plenty of notices through social media about that, and through emails and everything. So on that note, I will pull a meditation card for our group. And for anybody who's new, explain how I recommend meditating with the cards. This is a card that I'm drawn to. So this is a very kind of contemplative card, beautiful scenery. With the moon hanging over her head, and this is the Hanson Roberts deck. If you want to use your own 2 of Swords to meditate with, feel free to use your own cards. And basically, the idea, the technique is that, nice and relaxed, take a mental snapshot of the card, or you could do this with your eyes open. And then in your mind, when you're present and relax your body, get present, step into the card, almost through like a magic doorway here. And then you have a whole panoramic scene where this is just kind of the lead into this, sort of like a figure that's the first figure that you're going to encounter when you step into this card. So see what she has to say. You may notice that she's blindfolded, and that her arms are kind of crossed across her heart, but her swords, which could be her kind of like channels, are extending to the sky. The moon's there, and she's in peace. So it's a peaceful energy, but sometimes the peace is more about shutting out the world and going inward and finding inner peace. So this is a good meditation card, with all the hustle and bustle of the holidays and the last minute stuff, and preparing for. And by the way, we do gift certificates also for mediumship and psychic reading. So if you're looking for a last minute gift, I left my email above if you want to get, and it's actually $10 off also for up till Christmas. So if you want to get somebody a reading for the holidays, we have that up there. And before I forget, since I'm on the subject, 7:00 tonight, we're doing mediumship here on the channel, all for free, and I'm going to actually give away 4 15-minute readings as my thank you for being here, my appreciation to you guys. And so that's 7 tonight. I do about an hour. I just get messages and deliver the messages from your spirits on the other side. So we'll do holiday messages tonight at 7 o'clock here on the channel. And I'll when I've done, I'll do another reminder and I'll post it on YouTube and all that stuff. So anyway, next would be to do our 3-card spread for the week ahead. Just giving these a good mix. The way I do my 3-card spreads, the first thing I do is I mix them up or shuffle a little bit, break into 3 piles, so you can't really see that on camera. So I've got 3 piles. Let me see. 1, 2. Oh wait, everything's opposite on StreamYard. There we go. 3 piles. So you see, I'm not lying. And then bring it back into 1 pile, and then I kind of fan the cards out rather than pulling from the top, and then just ask Spirit to guide my left hand. So I pull with my left hand. The left side's more intuitive, so that's why we do the left side. Now, to get technical, some readers are okay, I'm talking too much. I need to focus. Okay, this one came out, so that's number 2. And this one is number 3. So I just asked Spirit to guide my hand, and what I was saying is there's a conjecture among some readers. If you're left-handed, do you do your right hand? That'd be your non-dominant hand, or you stick with the left hand. And for me, I think I stick with the left hand no matter what. Okay. Not too surprising, some pretty heavy cards came up. So we're kind of in this maybe second to last lap of this whole 2.5 year process of a pandemic, a global pandemic. And the feeling, as I'm looking at this, the feeling that I'm getting, like the first message that comes to me is take responsibility, for your own actions, for your own reactions, rather than blaming the media, blaming the conspiracies, blaming the governments, blaming the pharmaceutical companies. And yes, they're I could fully understand why people would blame and not be too positive on all of these entities. But I feel like these cards are saying we really need to take personal responsibility for our own lives and how we're going to handle our own lives and how we're going to navigate all the challenges. Excuse me. Because people like myself and Sharita and a lot of the better ones on YouTube, for that matter, have been telling us for a good year, if not longer, how the late autumn into the coming winter is going to be extremely challenging, just based on all the astrological stuff, the diffluence and confluence of the planets and the energies, and just what Spirit's been telling us, what's been coming through, through our channels, for those of us that channel. So this is really kind of the crunch time. It's like the awakening is in full swing. The not the last new moon, but the new moon before the last, I really felt is when we stepped out of the cusp of this great awakening or this great reset or whatever you want to call it, and into the heart of it. And I do believe that with this Venus retrograde and the process of the next 3 or 4 new and full moons and the astrology around that it's probably going to be around now through, I would say, March, that it's going to be probably at its most challenging. I don't even want to say difficult, but at its most challenging. That doesn't mean that every day is going to suck or that it's going to be total ruin or doom and gloom, but we do have to take responsibility for our own lives, our own actions, our own reactions. And I do believe that that's what this is telling us. For the week coming, leading up to Christmas, there's a lot of this kind of energy of restriction, of more weight on our shoulders, because this final card, this 10 of Wands, or in this deck, it's the 10 of Rods. Are you guys seeing this okay? Um, there's a lot of weight on the shoulders, and although the Five of Swords can be a victory card, I mean, in a way, it gets a little bit of a bad rap in tarot. But it's very air because it's a five. Five is Mercury ruled, and that's like an air planet, and swords represent air. And even though it's dark, there's clearing, and the warrior here, it's planting a sword. Now, think of the sword in the stone or King Arthur, for some of the symbolism there. But it's more like he's sticking the sword in, and there's two swords that are laying, two swords on his shoulder, one that he's sticking in. So it's kind of like a victory. Sometimes it's a bit of an empty victory, honestly. Sometimes it's a victory where there's really no winners, but we're doing the best that we can for ourselves and for those around us. But it's still like an overcoming. And it's kind of like, for the Star Trek fan, it's like I always think of Captain Kirk cheating on the Kobayashi Maru test, which is the no-win scenario. Like being able to find a solution to problems that really don't have much of a solution, if that makes any sense. So, and the pages are often about news, about broadcasts, about information and stuff like that. So, I do feel like each day we're going to hear something different. I don't think we need tarot card. I don't think I need to be psychic to see that with the trends that are going on. But it's interesting that it's being shown here in this way. Now, understand that in this final outcome, the person's still moving forward. He still has, this weight on his shoulders, but he's still 1 foot in front of the other, one step in front of the other. I feel like what Spirit is telling us, no matter how challenging things get in the next few months, just like when you're climbing a mountain, don't look to the top of the mountain. Just look at that next step and be like, okay, I made this step. Now I'm going to make the next step. And before long, it's going to, things, the skies are going to clear, and there's going to be maybe no old normal to get back to, but there's going to be some semblance of hope and some semblance of direction. So it's almost like even though the tower card didn't come up, there's a lot of tower energy, like tower card energy that's around, that structures have to fall. And I've said this for a long time for my regulars that are probably getting bored of me saying this. Interesting. Yeah, I just caught your comment, Linda, that March is a universal 9 month. So 9 is about completions. And yeah, and it's a straight 9 because it's 3 and 6. And that's basically that. And he's heading to the castle here. So it's something that needs to be overcome. Sometimes it's more like just overcoming like our reactions to things, the fear reaction particularly. And it's really important for me anyway, at least once or twice a day, really to just get into your own space, get into such a deep meditation that you can be the observer of your breath, the observer. Thoughts come up, be the observer. The idea is not to be thinking, but to be breathing, and really go within ourselves. Venus being retrograde, I mean, Venus, again, it's about love, it's about money, luxuries, social activities. But, it's really going within the heart and doing the heart work, the heart brain coherence. As I have videos on the channel, and you can go to Heart Math Institute to get a lot of information on that. Learning how to vibrate at the frequency of the heart, which is divine compassion, gratitude, and appreciation. And the thing is, when we experience gratitude and appreciation and magnify those emotions in the heart, because that's what the heart wants to feel anyway. So through intention, we can magnify that. We start to match the frequency of spirit or the quantum field. And if you think about it, when we're grateful for something, that's because we received something, right? and we naturally feel grateful. If we receive something really amazing, we feel really grateful. Now, the universe gives us everything. So, let me see if I can explain this thought properly. So the universe, gives us, and we feel grateful for when we receive. So that basically means that that's the vibration that the universe is on. Like when we receive, the universe gives, we feel gratitude because the universe vibrates on that frequency. Hopefully that makes sense. But that's how we can link in with our higher selves, with the universe. And when we do heart coherence, or in other words, bring our heart back to coherence, which is gratitude, appreciation, and compassion, then our brains get coherent also. Studies have proven this. So we get out of that whole fear, panic, all those lower emotions, of those negative thoughts, and the brain starts to what's the right word, conform to the vibration of the heart, because the heart has a higher electromagnetic frequency. So the brain starts to feel that compassion and start to have really loving thoughts. And then we open up to the universal field. So we are, I don't want to say being tested, but we are to some degree, a lot of pressures. That's why, again, I'm doing a lot of work to try to help us through this. There's a lot of energetic pressure from the world around us. And at the same time, the frequencies that run through our bodies, our nervous systems, because we're electrical, keep increasing and keep changing. And the body, the cellular structure, the um, um, molecular structure of the body is constantly adjusting. So we're constantly changing. So we need a practice to be able to allow that to happen smoothly. Now, I do have a live on that I did recently on a set of breathing exercises to bring movement and elasticity to the physical body as well as the energetic body. If you don't do yoga or qigong or have some kind of a practice that moves energy through the body, do these. I'm going to actually fine tune them and make them an upload. So I did this live. Since I do it every day myself, I'm actually fine tuning the practice. I'm going to do that on an upload. That way on an upload, if I don't like the clip, I can just do it over. It's not like live where it's like I only have one chance. So we're going to make that. And my suggestion is to do that, to do something every day where you're actually stretching, you're actually allowing waves of energy to come through you, allowing your systems to clear, allowing them to upgrade. This is an important time. This is the shift, and we can all ascend to a higher dimensional reality that already exists, but we can open up our energy field to be able to perceive that and interact with that more easily. Um, so in any event, so that's for the three cards. So, again, same old, but things are happening very quickly. News is coming out by the day. You plan your holidays and expect your plans to change, basically with the whole Venus Pluto thing. And Mercury's going to go retrograde in January, but we'll have more to say about that later on. So plan things, have a lot of patience, and understand, honor yourself, because this whole Venus Pluto transit is not going to make us want to be the most social, and we have to be that way with family and everything like that. So, make sure we're just, getting along. Pluto can be a little bit volatile sometimes. So just, set the intention to be patient, um, to get along. When there's difficult family dynamics, I find that there's a 3-day rule personally. Um, like the first 2 days are fine, but that third day, that's when the manure hits that fan, basically. That's again, if you have some really difficult family dynamics that you're dealing with. Hopefully you don't, but anyway, remember the 3-day rule. If you have difficult family, plan no more than 2 days with them, and everything's probably going to be just fine. All right, so moving right along. Let me see what cards are ready. I'm going to leave these out. I don't know why I pulled them off. So I love these cards. Really want to fly. I love my Native American cards. They can usually give me something to expand upon, or expound upon, I guess is the proper word. Well, either one works. Oh, thank you, Claire. That was a really good transmission. Again, if anybody wants to do this near the top of the live comments, I left the link. Yeah, and again, the full moon is very much in effect today, and will still be tomorrow too. Oh, no. I'm thinking too much. Deep breath, Adam. Relax. Okay, there we go. So we got the one of pipes. The ones are the aces. They're the new beginnings. Jeez, pipes. I believe that relates to wands or rods in the tarot. So let me see what this is trying to tell me. Pipe of peace. Of course, yes. So so this is the card that I pulled. So we are often, in the native traditions, you pass the pipe with tobacco as a prayer for peace. So this all, to me, is all about prayer. And the smoke goes up to Great Spirit, and hears your prayers when you do a tobacco ceremony. So I feel like these cards are reminding me to say to you guys that always, the practice of prayer, that's part of heart coherence, because when we pray, we link with Great Spirit or God, and we co-create the results of our prayers with Spirit. So it's not like, at least in my frame of reference or the way I see things, it's not like there's a separate, all-encompassing being that grants everything. It's more like we're connected to that being, and as we pray, we strengthen the link, and then we co-create the results of our prayers for the highest good, always. So I feel like this is just reminding us to say our prayers, and it's good on the heels of talking about difficult family to remember to appreciate your family also, and to say I love you, even if family members are difficult. Who knows? I mean, I've always had pretty good fortune with my family. I mean, yeah, there's always one or two, especially when my parents and my grandparents were still living and everything. But I've always had good fortune that way. But I know how it is, but when things are a little bit difficult. But I feel like this is saying that we need to really appreciate and honor our family. They're important to us, no matter how challenging people are. Yeah, and to pray for each other, and to connect as community, because that's part of the tobacco ceremony, is being able to connect into a community also. So let me move on, and we're going to do our animal message and our angel message, and then close up shop till 7 when we do our live mediumship here on the medium channel. So I have to do some mediumship if I call them medium channel, and I'm a professional medium, right? Even though we're the spirituality behind the message, or behind the practice of mediumship, it's still mediumship. Anyway, hard for me to do this. My hands are so freaking dry. Okay, here we go. We got the zebra. I love the stripes, yin and yang, white and black. But in the zebra, they're mixed in. So the message is, let go of your fear and know that you are safe and protected at all times. That's a beautiful message. After talking about the media and all the challenges that we're facing, yes, know that we're divinely guided. We chose to be here. I really believe that as souls, we are the difference makers, the way showers, the teachers, the mystics, whatever you want to call it. Because not only are we here and enduring these changing times, we're here today with me, and then I'm sure you are connecting with other teachers and other meditation facilitators and whatnot, because you not only want to be here, you wish to make a difference, and you wish to evolve yourself. So know that no matter what happens, that spirit is watching us. We're being guided through changes. Change is never easy, and time and the evolution of humans is definitely not linear. It's more circular. We've had other awakenings, maybe going back 10, 12, 14,000 years. I think we had a cycle where we evolved a lot, but it wasn't complete, and then we fell back into more of a, not back to cave people, but more of like an archaic kind of of societies, for whatever reason. So, there have been advanced human civilizations many thousands of years ago, but I think each time we cycle into new awakening, we go an octave higher, basically. So if we've learned all the lessons as a species of whatever other cycles of growth, and then falling back to, sometimes back to cave people, or whatever it is, or hunter gatherers, or metal age, or whatever it is. Yeah, we always have learned something as a collective, and this is our process of souls having the human experience. So anyway, last but certainly not least, are messages from the angels, as as I'm gaining through these angel messenger cards of Doreen Virtue. All right, so just saying a little prayer to the angels. Pull the right card, and this is the one, and this is a beautiful one, Ariel. So check that out. That's a nice one. New psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way you view the world and yourself. Allow your spiritual gifts to open through study, prayer, and meditation. So that is beautiful. That's perfect. As things, we're in the darkest days of the year in the northern hemisphere. We're in the darkest days of the year. We're in the 12/12 to 12/21 portal. Happens every year. There's different portals on the wheel of the year. Points where we can access different aspects of higher consciousness. When the light is at its darkest, when the nights are longest, the inner light can shine its brightest. So to me, this is a portal of the heart, and finding the light within, or finding spirit or God within ourselves first and foremost. This year it has extra power just because the way the frequencies are constantly increasing, and all that good stuff. So yeah, so if you're open and doing your work and allowing, part of the ascension process, the awakening process, and especially if you're doing your heart coherence, and expanding the frequency of the heart, which expands the mind, which connects it more with spirit, it opens up supernatural abilities, beyond normal human intuition. Like I did a distance healing with somebody last night, and I explained the impression I got, and she texted me back and said, that's exactly what I was doing at that moment. Like, I can't believe that you picked up on things on such detail, exactly what you were doing. And that's an example of tapping into higher intuition versus normal human intuition, if that makes any sense. And anyways, so that's what I have. So on 12/21 at 6:30 p.m., not 7, but 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, is going to be the third of the three light code transmissions for this 12/21 portal. So that's going to be live on the Medium channel, and that's going to be very powerful. And that's on Solstice Day. And then tonight at 7, we're going to do some live mediumship here on the channel. So I'm just going to give messages, and you guys can just relax and receive messages, and maybe you'll hear from one of your loved ones. And that's basically what I have. And Yeah, Lemuria and Atlantis. I believe that that's what I'm referring to also. Michael, thank you for the clarification. Yeah, and the meditation last night was very powerful. It was more through the archangels, but I really felt it. I'm still feeling the buzz of it. When I went to bed, it just felt like I had like I was a battery basically. I was like, "Zzz," and then I finally fell asleep maybe about 3 in the morning, which might explain why I started a few minutes late today. Oh no, it's the fact that my we'll just say technology, but it worked itself out quickly. All right, thank you everybody. We'll see you at 7 if you wish to be part of the mediumship. And again, next Sunday we're taking a week off from tarot time. So we're taking actually I'm taking a good 8, 9, 10 days off from the channel. So we're going to be on a little bit of a hiatus after Tuesday until we do on the 30th of December. That's when I'm going to unveil the 2022 predictions. So again, thank you, everybody. Be well, stay safe, and see you next time. I love you.